All right. And we're back in. We are back in. We're so back. We are so back. And I got to finish up this game. Unity's open? Okay. Let's make sure the servers are running. Oh, that's another thing. Yeah, I gotta figure out where to get a server. You guys know where I can get a server? Before I was using DigitalOcean. Well, in school I was using Heroku. And then after that I switched to DigitalOcean because I had a bunch of they gave me like $200 in student credits or something. I was like, hell yeah. And then yeah, I ran out of credits. So now maybe I should try like Linode or something. Defeats all American stereotypes. I have shipped. Yeah, that guy gives back hope for humanity. That's nice. You gotta have hopes in humanity. Okay, I know what I gotta do real quick first. Server's running. I gotta make sure it doesn't spam logs for the validation stuff because this is getting out of hand really quick. Check if move available. Can't place shape. Okay, yeah, all these logs are really out of hand. I just got to send it back as a message. Yeah, okay. Yeah, I got to, instead of logging, I'm just gonna have it return an error result. So maybe like, just like error message. Error message. Let's type out message. And so we get a var, string, make it a string. Is there, oh, it's an unused variable. I hate how it like freaks out with the unused variable. Okay. Those are usually warnings and it should be a warning. I should probably change it to a warning actually. You know what? Let me do that. How do I do that? I don't know why Golang does this by default, but IntelliJ doesn't. They are warnings in IntelliJ. And usually there's a way to do it from here. I guess I just have to go to the settings. Ooh, man, there's a bunch of settings in here. Can we even find it? What about error? Error. Warnings. Code inspection. There we go. And I can type, is there a search in here? Unused. Unused variable. Let me type unused variable. Here we go. Unused variable. Wait, but these are saying it's warnings. Why am I getting an error here? Let me skid on these kids in the video game, then I'll get back to you and brush my teeth just to buy 2 bags of chips. Very American, man. Is that what you did? Nice. What kind of chips did you eat? Man, I probably have no idea. Probably not the same chips that are in the US. Potato chips? Were they potato chips? Or were they corn chips? Oh, yeah, you probably had potato chips. I don't know. Cause like you have like chips that are like actually just slices of potatoes. And then there's like tortilla chips, which is like flour. Sour cream and onion. That one's a good flavor. Sour cream and onion is a great flavor. That's actually one of my favorites. Ooh. Yeah, the brands do taste differently. You can like definitely tell. Like there's just like sour cream and onion potato chips I buy that I like a lot. They're like just in a green bag. I don't even know what brand it is either. Is it Lay's? I think it's just Lay's. Probably. But okay, wait a minute. Error? Why can't I find this thing? Unused unused variable. It says it's a warning. What language am I in? Dude, what? I'm getting gaslit by my IDE. I'm just gonna ask ChatGPT. Why is an unused variable an error in Goland? And how do I change that? How can I how can I turn the unused variable error into a warning in Goland? Great. So when file settings, inspections, unused variable, change severity from error to warning. Dude, that is literally what I just did. Error message. More actions. No. Wait. Wait. It's grayed out? That's just a description? Okay. Oh. Wait a minute. Dang it. I guess Goland is a little different. Using of name positional arguments. Yeah. Okay, wait. So first, how do I filter by error? Here we go. And if I type unused, nothing? Reset filter. Huh. Yup. Okay. Code style issues. Declaration redundancy. There are so many things here, huh? General? General. Huh. Yeah. This makes no sense, actually. These are all warnings. Oh, well. I guess it is a warning, technically. You know what? I think warnings are just red. And wait a minute. Are warnings red? Well, I'm not gonna worry about it too much. Let's just like do what we're gonna do. And that was set all these to error message instead of just logging them, because we only need to log it if there's an issue. Pretty much. Okay, so I think we want to set it equal like this. Assignment count mismatch. 1 equals 7. What? Oh. Oh, this has to be one string. Okay, yeah. Let's just add them together. If we can. Does that work in Golang? We're gonna find out. I think I have to convert it to strings. Yeah, it doesn't have a two-string like Java. Dude, I'm way too Java brained right now. This is rough. Assignment count mismatch. Cannot play shape. Mismatch typed in strings. I am still. Huh. Okay, yeah. We just need a. Oh, I do have a string function on here. There we go. I need a string function for the center one. Descriptor. That might work. Why is it deprecated? Use chords proto reflex dot descriptor. Chords proto reflex dot descriptor. So this? Oh. I guess they want us to use that one. And is that not a string? What? Full name. So that's not a string. What? It's got to be a string. Okay. Okay, yeah, these are numbers. You know what? This is like the perfect job for ChatGPT. What am I doing? Convert this to a valid string. Oh, ooh, this is a this is a way better way of doing it. Oh my gosh, I totally forgot about format sprintf. Dude, my freaking string builder brain. See, I totally forgot about format print. Freaking string builder. I gotta cleanse, man. I gotta take a cleanse from Java. This is pretty bad. This is bad. We're not assigning it. It's still an error. Still unused. So I gotta pass it out of the function, and then it'll stop complaining. Let's well, let's just add string. You know what? I was like thinking about making this an error, but it's not really an error. It's just a message. It's just a message. I consider an error as something that's like breaking, like the something that's like breaking the program. But breaking the program is like different than validation. Because like validation is just like branching logic. It's not something that's broken in this program. Uh yeah, so I'm just gonna return a string. Cannot play shape because it's occupied. All right. Same thing. Yeah, I think the reason I'm doing all this is because the game has a lot of like a lot of there's a lot of logic that could there's a lot of edge cases with the puzzle game. Basically just edge cases. And if I'm debugging stuff with a lot of edge cases is really ass. If you don't have like if your logging isn't good anyway, then you have to like debug. Well, I mean, it's not a big deal. You put a debugger in, but like I rather just like know right away just by looking at the logs real quick. It's like, oh, okay. Now I don't have to step through this giant function with a debugger. Then we return the error message. Yeah, I just gotta remember that this returns two things now, and that means I'm gonna have to like update how I do all this logic. Yeah, it's nice when things are just a boolean because then you can just put in an if statement. Oh well, not a big deal. Inner error message. I need to add these together. Okay. And actually, I should set this equals to an empty string first. That works too. Yeah, it has to be an empty string because if it's not initialized, I think it errors out in Golang. Actually, I don't know. Let me just ask ChatGPT about that. If I add characters to a string in Golang, does that result in an NPE, aka null pointer exception? Oh, I forgot to say without initializing it. String and Go are values, not pointers. In Go, adding characters to strings does not result in a nil pointer exception like it might in languages such as Java. Dude, it knows some Java brain. How does it know? Even if a string is uninitialized, its default value is an empty string. Oh, okay, not nil. Got it. Yeah, it's null in Java. Well, I guess that's cool. You can just add characters to a string without having to initialize the string to anything. Oh, a string pointer can be nil. Okay, string. Oh, okay, that's actually important. Strings are a string is a value in Go. Am I in voice chat? Nope. I'm just talking out loud. I'm not talking to nobody. Even if a string, I'm reading I'm just reading I'm learning about strings in Golang. And yeah, apparently strings are values and are initialized by default. So that means I don't have to worry about initializing. I can just add characters to it. You have a detailed question to ask me? Uh, can you use your brain for my world building concept I'm creating? Sure. If I can answer it. I can try to answer it. Okay, twins, so identical, basically clones, absolutely no difference. Both age 30, perfect health. One has 100% bad luck and the other 100% good luck, which was acquired at the age of 30. Okay. Midnight of birthday. Okay. How long would good luck live? And how long would bad luck live? Wait. I got lost in that last sentence. How long would good luck live? How long would bad luck live? Wait. Their luck starts at 30. Their good luck, or they got their good luck at age 30. 100% bad luck, the other 100% good. Okay. But how old are they now? Okay, twins so identically, basically. So they just got 30. How long? So they just turned 30. They both just got their bad and good luck. Okay. How long would they live just by so like if you have 100% bad luck, that means you're gonna like die really fast. I guess. That sounds like a bad time. 100% bad luck. That's like all the bad luck. Dude, it sounds like you would just die right away. I get yeah, maybe. So he can't die. Dude. So bad luck lives. It sounds like man's gonna live in pain if he can't die. I feel bad for the bad luck guy. You finished your game, fam, Jerg, and cooked them. Bad luck is having a long but terrible life, even more unlucky than just dying. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. So I was like, she doesn't. So that's she doesn't have to die necessarily. He could just be living miserably. So maybe just the same time. 110, maybe longer, maybe 200 years. Oh no, he never. What if he never dies because he's so unlucky? Damn, this question is so hard. Wait. Just joined in. You have an idea. Okay. Well, we could use ideas. Oh, no idea. This is a. This sounds like it's just up to you. Maybe, but I would say like the same time or close to the same time as the other, as the good luck person. So what? So like 70. I'll go 70. Just normal life. Maybe 60 so because it's more exciting. Maybe 60 is more exciting. Just because that's like how normal life is. Usually, how long people just the normal people time. It's a more normal time people die. Maybe it's higher now. It's like way higher now because of technology. So it's like 80 something. 100. The number says, I think, yeah, it's helping a lot. That's good. Glad we can help. Yeah, I feel like X-Men lives in like 100. I think we're on the same page. We're like, just like people, how long people normally live. But I don't know, dude. If you want to make the story more exciting, you could say earlier. You can make them younger, just like they die at 50. I feel like the earlier they die, the more exciting it gets. 50 is yeah, it's perfectly 50 is perfectly balanced. Appreciate this. Yeah, for sure. Is it the same time or who goes first? Mm, who goes first? Let me. This is a hard one because like you said earlier, like it's bad if he dies for the good guy. I think Good Luck Twin goes first, so Bad Luck Twin has with dude. That's so good. That is so good. Yeah, that would be extra bad luck, man, for the bad luck guy, and then the good luck guy. But then the good luck guy has to die, which is not good luck, or maybe it is. Wait. Well, but he would be dead. Wait, wait, would he? Oh, I was still trying to figure out who dies first. Uh, yeah, that's true. Uh, yeah, I don't. But then if he has good luck, yeah, then that's good luck. So you can't have good luck, or yeah. So the good luck guy has to. He can't. He can't. He can't see his brother suffering somehow. Well, because like the bad luck guy has to have bad luck somehow. I don't know. He has to have like yeah, there's no way you can have good luck but still have bad luck. Even if the good luck will help his brother out. So maybe the other brother, the good luck brother, doesn't see his brother suffering somehow. Or maybe he likes suffering because he's into that. That'd be pretty freaky. How does bro? Hey, oh no, dude, this is the test, the quiz again that I get wrong every time. Wait, I don't know why, but the spelling of your name breaks my brain so hard. Uh, okay, it's not. It's not. It's. It's. I always say Kamos. 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 But you say I'm wrong every time. It's got to be Camo. Camos? Is it Camos or Camo? Wait, we did it. Yeah, man, this is the moment I've been training my whole life for. And we did it. Good luck guy dies peacefully in bed. Bad luck guy has horrible disease that slowly takes him out. Well, yeah, that would make sense in the bad luck, good luck guy story. Cannot play shape. Okay, I think we're good here. Just cleaned up the logs. This has to be changed a little bit because I updated the return value. We have can't play shape error message. And I'll take that. I was like, no semicolon. Can't play shape. Then this plus error message. I think it works. Maybe I can add like. Let me add a new line right there. Maybe I should use a string builder. I know this is mind breaking. You've given me a lot to think about. Thank you so much. We can let it go. We can we can let it go. All right. Glad we can help. Good luck on your story, I guess. Incorrect usage of format printf and format print line. And that's all it says. It doesn't even tell me why. Has no quick fixes. Ugh. Okay. Oh, it's the new line. Wait, I can't do that. Oh, I'm trying to concatenate it. Can I just got to do that. Okay, that makes sense. Oh, snaps! Thanks for the follow. Selby Nation. Welcome to the Crisp Club. Cannot play shape. Adding the error message. Too many arguments for the format string. Too many arguments. Oh. Yeah, that makes sense. I can't do that. Okay, so we gotta use a format string. There we go. Okay, I think that finishes the logging refactor. Yep. Let's go ahead and commit that real quick. Logging refactor. A small one. All right, that's does that. Now I can go back to just gonna test the game out and make sure there's no bugs. Which probably will be. And if there is no bugs, then I can start adding new features or start adding a new feature. And probably just like different wind conditions. Just to like mess around, simulate what's fun. Figure out like which is more fun to do. Put me in an old game. And this game, I started this game yesterday and I'm still in it. And the server hasn't disconnected me. Well, I think that's cool. I just put my computer to sleep. I didn't expect the server to still work. Somehow. Okay. But like who that's a bug because I don't see my hand though. So I can't continue this game. I gotta figure out why the hand isn't there. So I'm just going to end the game. End the game. I actually didn't have to turn off Unity on this one. Yeah, but we have to figure out how to repo that bug. Maybe it happens whenever I rejoin a game. Because there's like separate logic to like rejoin a game than starting a game from scratch. And those are like, yeah. The rejoin logic, you have to like recover the whole game state. And that's a little more complicated than starting off with like nothing because everything's empty. You don't need to know what the game state is, I guess. It's all just a starting spot. And like yeah, I don't know. Just the rejoin logic is a little tricky. Oh, okay. So I'm like no more moves, I think. I got like one more move and I lost the game. So wait, no, we both lost again. I thought I fixed that bug yesterday, but I guess I never tested it. Yeah, we both lost again. Both players have no more moves. Well, okay. But right now the win condition is whoever makes it furthest up the board. Oh, the end game response was empty again? I got to put a breakpoint. Figure that one. End game response. Yeah, okay. Just gonna put a breakpoint. Do I put at the top of the function? Wait, no, this is the wrong plot. This is the front end. What am I doing? End game. Okay, yeah, here's where it goes. I guess I don't need it at the front. Yeah, I kind of do because it's returning an empty string. Where does it return? There's only one return statement in the whole function. Okay, well then I could just put it on the return. It's not letting me put a breakpoint here. What? That's weird. Not even on the return statement. What? I can put it on the comment? This is wrong. I think I'm gonna put a breakpoint on the comment. I think GoLand is confused. Okay, we'll put one there. I think the numbers are off. Huh, that's funny. Well, that's a bug in GoLand. I need to rebuild maybe I need to rebuild. So that's what I'm gonna redo. I'm gonna rebuild the server. The lines are off. Because I definitely should be able to put a breakpoint here. There's no way I shouldn't be able to do that. You can put a break. You should be able to put a breakpoint anywhere. Yeah. Anyways, while that's rebuilding, I gotta figure out that hand issue also. And hand is yeah, for the hand issue not reloading, I'd have to that's like a first thing I do for that kind of bug is like check that it's being sent over the network. Oh, we have an issue. Yeah, this is an issue. This is an error. Can play shape. Yeah, okay. We changed that one. Can play shape. Wait, what did I? Missing return statement? Did I like add a semicolon somewhere? I mean a closing bracket. All right, I'm gonna just go back to how it was real quick. Whoops, not that far. Just right before I started adding code. So before it just returned true. And then down here just returns false. Yeah, okay. So this needs a closing bracket. No matter what, I should get down to this. Wait, I am missing a closing bracket. Oh, okay. Dude, I could not see. This is why nesting is annoying. I'm in triple for loop. Oh my gosh, yeah. This is super nested. These are just random brackets. If can play shape, if error message. Okay. Should be fine. All right. Check if move available. I actually don't even think we need to print the error message out, but let's hold on a sec. This still might spam the logs a lot. This is like the end game condition. This is like the most inefficient thing in the game because it loops through your entire hand, and then each tile, and then for each of those, it runs all the validation if the shape can be placed, which is like it's quite a bit of validation to do. Like if it's on the bottom, or touching a neighbor, or within the bounds of the board. So this is rough to calculate. I guess, but I mean, it's like it's not that hard to calculate for the computer. It can do like a computer can do like a million instructions. Actually, how many instructions can a computer do a second? Now I'm wondering. I'll say 13th gen i5. How much is gigahertz? How much is gigahertz? It's like GH. 1 billion? Holy crap. But what happens each cycle? A CPU may execute more than one instructions per cycle, depending on its design. Oh, wow. So it can even do more than one instruction per cycle. Yeah, because like a cycle is like how many times it goes through the whole loop in the pipeline. So I guess like in that pipeline you can like add there's like different parts of the computer Like the ALU does like math instructions. So that's a crazy. I thought it was a million. So it's a billion. That is crazy. That is awesome. It's just crazy how far computing came. It still blows my mind. Like at some point we like learned quantum mechanics and then computers became possible to be it became possible for computers to be that fast. Isn't that like why computers are so fast? Is because like it's like quantum mechanics. Now I want to learn about how do computers use quantum mechanics to work. Quantum computers use quantum mechanics in two different ways depending on which type of computer you're talking about. Classical computers don't rely strictly on quantum mechanics and how they compute, but quantum mechanics underpins how their hardware works. Semiconductors, band gaps, tunneling, and quantized energy levels. Yeah, I'm not talking about quantum computers, but I guess semiconductors are like quantum mechanic concepts, like the tunneling, like the crazy tunneling thing that happens when like electrons are like in a probability cloud and they can like jump across boundaries. Man, I barely understand what's going on and I can barely explain it. What is tunneling? Quantum tunneling is a strange but very real phenomenon in quantum mechanics where a particle can pass through a barrier that it shouldn't be able to, according to classical physics. Dude, I knew it. Quantum mechanics particles like electrons are also waves. Transistors and very small transistors like those in modern CPUs. Tunneling can cause leakage current, where electrons sneak through insulating layers. This limits how small we can make electronics. Oh, that's kind of crazy. So we can't make because like the probability cloud is too crazy. It's too like too big. And then they start to overlap, and then I guess the transistor hits the wrong, or goes on the wrong like side of the boundary, so it's like 0 1, so like it switches from a 0 to a 1 basically. Trying to understand how it works. Maybe I'm thinking of memory. Tunneling is used intentionally to trap or release electrons in floating gate transistors. Yeah, these were very smart people who figured out how to make SSDs and CPUs. It's still it blows my mind every time. Okay, where were we? We were making sure that it compiles, but it didn't. And try again. I think I fixed it. There we go. But I need to put a breakpoint on the end game RPC. Let me make sure it's, yeah, these work now. Okay. So I just had to build it. Okay, that's good to know. The breakpoints were like offline, and then I confused the heck out of me, but it's because I didn't rebuild. Rebuild. Now we restart the game. And we play again. See how far we get. And also, I'm looking out for the hand bug that I keep seeing. It's like a hand bug where I don't see my hand sometimes. And I think that only happens when I rejoin. Play the cards. Yeah, but someone came in my stream yesterday and explained like a really cool idea for a win condition in the game. And that's like, it's like if you surround somebody, they can't make moves in that area. Well, maybe if you not surround somebody, but like if they surround a whole, if they make a circle basically, then they kind of owned those spots, and whoever can no longer put a piece down loses first. Because like right now, it's just whoever makes it furthest up the board wins. And I want to try like some other stuff. So I'm gonna have like, I'm gonna code in like a whole bunch of different win conditions and ways of playing the game, and I'm just gonna figure out which one is more fun to do. Yeah, whichever I like playing most, and I'm probably going to just expand further into that game mechanic, and then maybe add other game mechanics onto it. So like I'm kind of starting off with like the win condition game mechanic. Once I figure that out, I'm gonna add some other game mechanic, maybe like a different type of card or other things on the board that can affect the game. Like maybe I can place other, like a trap or something. We'll see. I'm just doing whatever feels fun. I'm almost out of moves. Actually, what can I put down? Can I put something down there? Nope. Um, I think I'm in a weird state in the game because I don't think I can play anything. Like nothing fits on the board. So why is it letting me? Why is the game still going on? Could be another bug. Hmm. If the game doesn't end, that means the the code that codes the win condition. No, not the win condition. There's like a whole block of code that like calculates valid moves. I don't know what I would call that actually. It's not the win condition, but it's just like it's like the part of the it's just like when you just run out of legal moves to play in the game. Which is like which ends the game, but it's not like a way to win the game. And I just changed this code also. So you know what? I'm pretty sure I could have avoided this if I just wrote a unit test. This probably could have been way easy, way simple. Actually, there's no way I'm gonna just start writing unit tests. I guess I should. We can do that actually. That might be shouldn't be too hard. Let me see. Let me try. The way Go does unit tests is like I think it makes you do a folder somewhere called test or something. I'll just ask real quick. How to write a unit test in Golang? Oh, it's a testing package. So a folder named testing. Okay. Directory testing. Is it a special folder? Okay, let's try something. Unit test dot go. Unit test. It's just a function, right? Test battle creation. Okay, and how do I run it? Maybe I did something wrong. Math test. Does the file have to end in test? I just need to know the requirements. I don't want the instructions. I need requirements. I made a folder called testing. Didn't work. So the package has to be. Oh, I don't have to redefine the package name. Okay, let me try that out. Let's make a ooh, if I have to make if it's like wait a second. Must end with test.go, right? Yeah. The function has to start with test. All right. Test stuff. There's no play button. Then I type go test. Oh. Server. And it'll run this. Seems. I don't think that's going to work. My IDE says it's something's wrong. Because if this is gray, I'm pretty sure it wouldn't be if it was a unit test. Go test is doing something. No test files. Not one unit test has been written. Not one. added a file that ends in test and made a function starts with test, but go test didn't run it. Small typo in your function name. Exactly what test. Oh, is that really it? It is. I didn't capitalize the T. And then the arrow appeared as soon as I capitalized it. There we go. Wrong test signature? What's the test signature supposed to be? I went all in on him like a card game. Nice. What does that mean? Test add testing. Here's the signature. Everything else is wrong. Thank you, ChatGPT. And the error is gone. And I can run unit tests now. Unit tests make refactoring easier. Unit tests make refactoring so much easier. Now that I think about it. Because what's the main issue with refactoring? It's breaking the current way the code works. But if you had a unit test, then you don't have to worry about that. Because the unit test will tell you if it's broken or not. Why am I looking at panic code? Run. Oh, it's because it panicked? Runtime invalid memory address or nil pointer dereference? Huh. Would have been nice if I had a unit test in any of my 1,000 units. Yeah. That's a lot. I was thinking like 1,000 units. I think everyone. I think it would be nice for everyone if they had unit tests. But nobody wants to write them. So now I just gotta hope I don't break stuff. Yeah. I feel that. I feel that right now. Because I think I broke some validation code I wrote. Battle ID. Wait, why is there a null pointer? Am I debugging the unit test, man? Now I need a unit test for my unit test. New battle. Okay, this function is expecting two strings, string and a string array. So I don't see, that sounds perfectly fine. Passing in both of those. Where's the error? Right here? Oh, okay, yeah, that makes sense. It wasn't the unit test. It was the code that it was testing was breaking. Oh yeah, yeah. Okay, so this is one thing that's annoying about writing unit tests is that you have to like mock a bunch of state to write the unit test. Otherwise, you get things like this, like null pointer exceptions. And you got to be careful because your unit test might just end up not really test anything if you mock everything, I guess. So you kind of just want to mock the right amount. So now I just gotta hope I don't break stuff. My tool has grown to a full 120 kilobytes now. It's growing up so fast. Wait, what's filling it up though? Is it like assets or just code? It's all the Pokemon code? How many lines of code is 120 kilobytes? Or yeah, let me just ask that. Yeah, I was gonna say this might not all be 120 kilobytes. So maybe it's like we'll just say half or something. How much is 600 kilobytes in lines of code? Average line 50 to 80 characters. Got a good 1,200 lines of code in there. Well, if it's half of 60, then it's about half of this. It's like 600 or something. You can manage that unless the state is really crazy. It could be really crazy. Like if you're building a system that's really complicated, then 600 lines of code can be a lot, I guess. Feature wise, I'm pretty much there. There's only some layout, jank, and edge case bugs. That's cool. Sounds good. If it does what you want, then that's all. That's the goal. Edge cases suck though. Edge case bugs are hard to see until you actually test it. So I gotta like write my codes to make sure that my code is testable because that matters a lot, I guess. I plan to make more editors after this to edit more parts of the game. Ooh, okay. But a lot of the functionality is shared between the different editors. Oh yeah, that's true. Yeah, that's really good if you can reuse a bunch of it. That's like what I'm doing pretty much. I'm like I built like a base game and now I can like change the win condition to something else and not have to change most of the code. Pretty much I don't have to change any of the code. Making modular code is the future. AKA the opposite of spaghetti code. So if you could separate the UI code from the main code effectively, you have a gift. I spent most of the time making it reusable, nice, and rewriting things because my code sucks. I have taken inspiration from other libraries for many things. Nice. Yo, that's awesome if you can make it reusable. Not for the implementation, but for things like which features to include and naming conventions. Yeah, I mean, if you can learn from how other people do things, that's really important in software engineering, I think. I think one of the best ways to learn software engineering is just reading code. Like I know like other people, a lot of people like the Primeagen says like you should do your own projects, just like start building stuff to like practice coding. And you know, I think that's like great for learning things like the architecture of how software programs are put together. Like like how many functions or like how much code does it take to do a command line tool for handling the arguments in a command line tool, for example. Like it's like, oh, I know how to build that. You just need a few functions for that, and then you can put those functions here, and then whatever the command line tool does, you put in a different part of the code or code base or whatever, and you just get good at structuring your program, managing state kind of things. You can kind of get better at it. But well, I mean that's good. Like you definitely need to practice programming. That's like definitely that is definitely good. But if you can like every now and then read some code, I think that sets you up really well. You learn a lot by reading other people's code. You really do. I mean, just make sure it's like quality code, you know? Like hopefully you want to like learn from good examples of what code should be. Look like a good example of good structured code. You don't want to just like kind of read anybody's code though. So you can like look at open source projects or just like maybe read a book. I wanted to read like how to make a compiler in Go. Like there's a cool book on it. Just so I can learn. I kind of just want to learn how compilers work. But usually they have examples of code in the book on what good structure should look like. At the same time, good is also subjective. You know, like what good code looks like is also pretty subjective, but I would say like if you know the more ways you know how to write something, the better. So if you learn different ways of how to do the same thing, you can just choose whatever one happens to be better for your use case. My current goal is just to be more efficient by having more experience. Hopefully, I'll need less thinking time because right now my problem is I'm super slow. March is into decompilers and compilers. Good code is subjective, but some code is objectively bad. Yeah, I mean, yeah. Yep. Some people just don't have. Sometimes it's just complete garbage. I mean, to an extent, that's also subjective, but I think if you were. Man, I don't know because like there's a wide range of use cases for things. So like you know how they say like every bug is like a feature? I don't know. It's like for what in some use cases might need that buggy behavior. It's but sometimes it's just broken code that doesn't even work. It's weird cuz like you can have like really unnecessarily complicated work code actually run well and it could work, and be and like not even have bugs. But I mean, like, if you're just adding state that doesn't even make like that you're using or something, dude, I don't know. Could like I feel like to a certain extent, like every code does exactly what it should do. Like every like, but the problem is like we're bad at defining what things should do. For example, wait, where was I going with that? I had an example in my head. I'll have to come back to it because it's because all has all my logic in one switch case and it has all fall through. I know what WTF that is, and it has fall through. Fall through. Yeah, man, switch cases. I was learning about the yeah, we're learning about the C# switch cases with the freaking the fall through, man. I don't know. It's just like I just like wish programming language like stick to one way of doing things. Because like switch cases is like something I'm almost always gonna look up how to make sure I'm doing it the right way. If I'm doing like a complicated switch case where I need like the fall through or the yeah to fall through the cases and exit sometimes. My switch case got a little complicated, so maybe that's a sign I should refactor that part to make it more simple. But anyways, what was I saying about the bad code thing? Yeah. There's definitely spaghetti code. But like if your program works, like your code can't be that spaghetti almost. So it's probably like a halfway decent way of writing at least whatever whatever the program they needed to do. I don't know, you might be able to like learn from any code to be honest. That works. But for now, I barely understand it and scared of breaking it. You know what? See, this is why I am learning how to write unit tests in Golang. And for my program, I figured out how to write a unit test. You just you make a file that ends in underscore test. And then make sure it starts with test. And then the IDE knows it's a unit test. And then I can just run it from here. And I can get code coverage too. Dude, I get code coverage right out the gate. Dude, I forgot how useful this stuff is. They make writing unit tests really easy with all the tooling. I pretty much always if I can, I pretty much always run the unit test with code coverage on. And it usually like highlights the code that was executed. I actually don't see 100. You gotta have 100% code coverage. Hell yeah. 200% code coverage, really. 200%. But then I don't think it's working because normally there would be the gutter would highlight, or I mean, it should highlight the lines that got executed, but it's not. It might be like, oh wait. Maybe it is. Hold up. It might just ignore the unit test code itself. Oh no, it's not highlighting anything. What the heck? What's the point of code coverage then? I want to see what code got executed. Maybe because of the null pointer exception, it just doesn't do the code coverage. Okay, well then I'll just comment this stuff out. Oh, you know what? This is what's causing the null pointer exception. Let me see. Oh no, now these references are broken. Okay. Let's just try to fix the NPE. The database is empty. So I have to make sure the database is created. I need a fake database, which might be a little bit tricky. I don't need unit tests. I asked ChatGPT about all my functions and it said it was good to go. Oh my god, dude. There's like, dude, there's actual startups that are just like saying they can do all the testing for you with AI. Maybe not all the testing. But actually using ChatGPT to like give you feedback on your code is not a bad idea. It might take a little too long to mock the database. Maybe I should ask ChatGPT if there's a good way of doing that. Yeah, I gotta mock the database if I want to write unit tests, because a lot of my code is querying the database. There's a lot of database queries. The database is like holding we have like monster cards, cards you own, path cards, players. And the player is like level username created at deck stuff. Still debugging this issue. And I think I broke the validation. ChatGPT has caught some of my mistakes, but some of my mistakes went over both of our heads. Yeah. I mean, that'll happen a lot. Like, the hard part about a mistake is like a lot of the times you don't even know what the mistake is. Kind of a mistake. You're like, my code's not working and I have no idea why. Kind of thing. And then those are the kind of queries ChatGPT can't figure out. No. You got to be somewhat specific. And those problems, I mean, that happens more often than you think. Having like mistakes in your code and you have no idea what the mistakes are. I mean, like, solve at some point solving the bug is just figuring out what the bug actually is. Like, why is like if like you can't put a piece down on the board, but there's like 100 different reasons why you might not be able to put a piece down. So if you knew like the reason, like the part of the code that would cause like the by reasons I mean there's like 100 different parts of the code that affect whether or not you can put a piece down. Maybe not different parts of the code, but there's just a lot of different edge cases. And you have no idea which edge case it is. And asking ChatGPT which one it is like not gonna help. Because it doesn't know your edge cases. Well, it might, but it doesn't know which one. I'm just gonna delete all this, and then I'm just gonna print out a simple message. See what happens. But I really just need to fix the issue in the game that's like letting me continue playing the game even though the game should have ended. Oh, I think I realized why my hand is missing. Because my hand goes away when I click on a card. So it's probably in that mode. I gotta remember that I remembered that. Some of the mistakes were context specific. All mistakes are context specific. Okay. I might just not worry about this bug until it comes up again because Takes a while to test the whole game. A bug that happens on the exact end of the game is the longest bug to reproduce and test because you got to play the whole game. So it might save me some time to unit test that part of the game specifically because it's just hard to test otherwise. You got to be smart if you're gonna write any unit test at all. You should probably prioritize, I guess, the parts of the code that's really hard to test. Like, I mean, like, that's really hard to test end to end, I guess, or just like by playing the game, pretty much. Okay. End the game. I am just re-looking at the code that does the game end logic, because that part of it is really edge casey, and I'm wondering if I can make it simpler or easier to test somehow. I was gonna write a unit test for it. I also think I broke something, but I don't see how anything broke when I refactored the code. So this might just be an existing bug. I wish I could put a breakpoint down. You know what? Let me think. I might have an idea to test this. If I go into editor and change some of the tiles. Ooh, that's genius. That is genius. Okay, I am very proud of myself for thinking of this. Okay, I'm just going to make space in the game, like by hacking the tiles. So I'm going to change the owners of these tiles to me, so the game thinks I own them. And then I can place a piece down, because theoretically I'm neighboring a piece, and that satisfies the rule. Oh yeah. Okay, that should be good. I think I can place this piece down now, and then I need to make sure the breakpoint is on, because I only have like one chance to do this before breaking the game. Well, maybe not the last chance. I could get creative, but let's not ruin the opportunity. So I am going to put a breakpoint right here. Actually, it should be here. Wait. No, I only care about. Wait a minute. I don't know if a breakpoint's gonna help. Wait a second. So if I place a piece down, the issue is that the code doesn't find. Oh no, the issue is that it does find a legal move because it thinks there's a legal move left, and that's why the game hasn't ended. And that means this is where I want the breakpoint to be. Because this shouldn't even be happen. This shouldn't even run a single time. And I don't really care about these. Okay. That's good. Yeah, I find it's just easier to just like think through where to put a breakpoint instead of like actually stepping through the breakpoints. Like using the step. Because like I think you have to know what you're looking for first. It's not like because sometimes I'm just stepping through the code with the debugger and I have no idea what I'm looking for. And it's like, well, there's an issue somewhere here, but I don't know. I guess what I mean by that is like you got to find where the code isn't supposed to execute, I guess. And then if you know that, then you know where to put a breakpoint. So you don't have to step through the code. Invalid argument. Oh, I can't place the card down. The server didn't let me. Okay. That at least that tells you that this code validates moves on the server, so you can't cheat. But that means I can't test it. Okay, I'm gonna have to end this game. I thought there would have been something like cool we could do, but I'm just restarting the game. I thought there would be something cool that we can make like something useful out of the broken state to figure out what's wrong, but I think it's just not gonna. We just can't do it. Oh well. It was a good try. It was a good try. Let's just make a new game. I guess I didn't have to restart Unity, but I just like to make sure it's compiled to the newest code. And I guess, oh, it hit a breakpoint. Wait, what? No, my Golang code hit a breakpoint. Wait, what? Oh yeah. No, wait, my Golang code crashed. Oh, wait, I crashed my code. Huh? Game ended in a tie? Oh, what the heck? This could be the reason why everything's broken. Okay. could be. Oh, my test passed. Play card test. Check mark. All it does is print something. Well, I guess if you need the dopamine hit, you make test cases that are simple. Okay, why is Unity? I'm trying to figure out what Unity is waiting on to execute. That usually happens when it's on a breakpoint, but I don't see the back end or the front end hitting a breakpoint. Servers on. Huh. Oh, wait, finished? Oh, it did finish. Oh, wait. If my server errored out, Unity might have still been holding on to like a network call or something. Sometimes like it hangs when I don't close the stream connection to the server. Unity just hangs. Error reading next message. Huh. Interesting. Okay, this is fine. We only need to do that on the last move, I guess. So just testing the code. You know what? I might be able to, so I don't have to play the game a bunch of times. I might be able to program something that like puts me in a near end game stage. So I don't have to run through everything again. That would actually be kind of hard because there's a lot of setup to the game to make it run. And so I would have to inject a bunch of state into the program. All right, let's just keep playing the game for now. I'm thinking about it. So far, this is still way easier. Okay. Oh shoot, that was it. Okay. The game it doesn't take too long to finish the game. But we both lost again. And tie is equal to true. Okay, at least we're getting a response this time. Last time we didn't even get a response. Okay, let's go back to the lobby and make a new game. Rejoin. You know what? I could like instead of having to like inject all the state into the game. It's better if I like make like an AI kind of thing that can play the game really fast. And then I don't have to inject state, but I do have to code something that plays the game, which might be easier actually. It's better to give 20 guys a chance than 20 chances to the same guy. Yeah, I guess. I don't know what that means though. Give me all the chances. Dang. Thanks, Famjerg. I mean, like, I think it's fine to give someone like more than one chance. Like, it's easy to mess up. People mess up all the time, and like not like in a bad, like a horrible way, but just like just being awkward. But it's not a big deal. I mean, like, whatever. Just 20 might be a lot. 20 might be too much. Maybe like 3 or 4 is something. Okay, actually, if I wanted to code something that played the game, I could definitely do that. I should just try doing that right now. It would be a very nice tool to have. It would be very nice. This would have to be, I would have to do this in Unity. Yep. Yeah, it had to be in the front end. Okay. I'll probably make a class called computer class. Computer AI robot. I'll make AI class folder. Definitely goes in the front end. The cards. I'm trying to figure out how I structure the front end. Okay, here we go. Probably in the scripts folder is my code. Yup. I got a folder for the lobby, login page, and the battle folder. The battle folder is like everything that happens when the game starts. And it's most of the code. It's pretty chunky. Okay. But I think I would put the AI in here. So I'm just going to do AI class. Hopefully the namespace isn't taken. Oh, wait, no. I meant outside of a namespace. Can you be outside of namespace? I'll just put it in the battle folder. Okay. Think about how to make an AI. It has to play cards, so this AI would pretty much be just like a player object in my game. Or I could do something that controls the opponent player. I might have to think about this. You see, like, code a lot of the times is just thinking about it. You got to design it. Because I could have something that either replaces the opponent object in the game or controls it. I don't know if that makes sense. But I can kind of inject the AI anywhere. I'm trying to think of a good way of doing it. It could kind of it could kind of hmm. We have an opponent player class and it's literally empty. And that's because the opponent is basically the server in this game. So now that I think about it, yeah, what am I thinking? What am I doing? Like, I need to, the AI is going to replace the player object, not the opponent. So that means I have to make moves as if I'm like clicking on stuff in the game. Because that's what I would need the robot to do. Or I don't have to click on stuff. I can kind of just. Hmm. Unless otherwise, I could have like a predefined set of moves that I'm gonna that it plays. Yeah, I don't think I need to make like a full-on AI player. I think just for testing, it can just be some preset moves. That might be easy. Hey, Cat Codes, how's it going? I think I did. Yeah, I did look in the Discord for real quick. I think you saw you posted some like a splash page kind of thing. Look again. Okay, let me see. Oh, nice. Yeah, I think I saw these. There's one in the general channel. Online single player. Card slide. What happened to crispy cards? I guess no one liked it. It sounds like Krusty Krab or something. Hmm. The AI. So I have to like play cards. Cause when I have to mock some stuff. Let's see. To play card. Player. The player class plays a card and I have to mock the target tile and the card. So really all I have to do is call this function a bunch of times with different arguments. And then that's essentially AI. Really bad AI for my game. Casio cards. Show on stream. Ooh. Yeah, I could show the message on stream. I don't want to show Discord, but I don't have to. I can just I just open the link. Let me see. I think I can get the link. Copy link. Oh yeah, there we go. Whoops. Card slide. Very good. Very nice. Wait. These teas are actually kind of. This is actually kind of cool. Nice sun. It's actually kind of cool how they're like on the mountains and they're like kind of falling. I'm just thinking about how I would implement it, because it's a moon. Yeah, I'm just thinking about how I would implement it. Like, I guess I would have like some button here that looks gray. I would have to make a button in the game, which is fine. I mean, there's already a button, but it has to look like this, I guess, or it just has to be in that position. But actually, like, my game is going to be mobile. So, like, I don't know how I'm going to fit that picture. I don't know how I would fit that in like like a vertical screen. But I'm trying to build AI for my game, so I have to like mock, which means like I have to make fake versions of, I have to like simulate some of the game. Squish. So let's see. Yeah, I'm gonna write code that plays fake moves. To do that, I have to, okay, and when the game first starts, I have to figure out where, I have to figure out where to hook the code in inside the state machine. So, yeah, I got to think about that a little bit. It's got to be when a card is played. Okay. So the weird thing about my server or my game, how my game state works is like, because to simulate the game, I'm going to have to like map this out a little bit. I have a server, or I have a game that does nothing until the server tells it to do stuff. kind of thing. Well, I don't know if that's a good way of thinking about it. Basically, the game doesn't really progress until a command from the server comes in. So Word is kind of hard to actually do this. I just need to make like circles. Client, server. So, ooh, someone's getting in trouble. Hear the police. And if how do I add text? If I play a card, client plays the card, then server sends a message back to the other client that a card was played. And then client updates the state. And then plays a card. And then we're back up here. So it's basically like a loop. Something. How do I do a loop? I'll just do 2 arrows. Plays a card. Actually, that's not what happens. Well, wait. This client plays a card. This is player 1. I'll say player 1 client. And this one, player 2 client. Player 1 client plays a card, sends a server message to the server. The server says to the second client, update the state because the other player played a card. So this is like a player 2 client state update. And after this, we have player 2 client plays a card. And then player 1 client updates the state. Updates the state from player 2 And then the player one client plays a card and starts over. Actually, the server goes in between here. So this, but it's the same server, so I shouldn't draw a new box, I guess. So it should be something like, oops, the text is not in the text box. Server, will this work? No, it doesn't want to stay. Can I click both? Does that work? I right click, group selection. There we go. Is there a hotkey for that? Control Shift G. Control G. Okay, sounds good. So I'm gonna move this around like this. Ooh, this is really nice. This program is really nice actually for making diagrams. Oh my goodness. Well, maybe it's like catered towards programmers. I don't know. It works in a way how I want to think about the program, which is really cool because I can move these boxes around and the arrows stay attached. Play a card. Yeah, so these arrows are all messed up now. Anyways, I'm just gonna, well, delete it. We'll make new arrows. This goes to the server. If I press 5, I can make an arrow. Okay, like that. Oh, whoa, I can make bendy arrow. Oh my gosh. Okay, but how do I stop? Oh, I switched to, I pressed 5. Oopsie. Let me delete that. Okay. There we go. So player 2 plays a card. It goes back to the server. And then after that, we need another arrow. It goes from here to the client 1 state update. Wait, why is it bending again? How do I make it stop? I don't want a bendy arrow. Press A to change arrow type. Finish. Oh, okay. Press enter. Hold control and double click or press control plus enter to edit points. Okay. This is what it should look like. So this is the game loop. Starts here. Goes here, 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 here. I'm gonna make a screenshot of this, send it to myself before I forget. I need a server for this game, maybe. Crispy cards. Okay. So I made this diagram to figure out how to make the AI. And I think I just the play card. I just called the RPC. So I would also need like I need like a game mode. Okay, let me just write notes. I need to. You got to go, cat codes. No worries. I'm like, I'm trying to figure out how to do this thing, and it's taking a lot of focus. Look into play card function. So it calls the RPC. And then I also need a game mode setting that turns the AI on and off. Okay. I think that's good. Because now I'm thinking like how I'm gonna test the AI once I do write it. I gotta make it testable. You always gotta make your stuff testable. I just need to limit it to make sure it only plays like 5 moves. But it'll be limited by I'm just gonna have a list of stuff. So like I can actually write this AI real quickly, I think. And it's just gonna be a bunch of different calls to this function. Let me see what calls. Yeah, this function is just everything before this is what the player does. So that's the part that gets mocked when you make an AI. Yeah, so okay. Where was I? Is it AI class? Okay, I guess that's what I called it. Oops. Okay, so this function takes in 2 things. So maybe I'll call this like turn 1 play card. And it's going to be a tile. You know what? It would be better just to write functions. Public static arg. The function that, oh wait, you can't return 2 things in C sharp. All right, never mind on the function. Tile equals new tile. Oh, this is a. What is tile? I inject material. Actually, so what does the server need to know about it? So I think I'm gonna just. I need coordinates on the board to copy. So I should maybe I should write that down. Let's go to the game. Compile error? Whoopsie. It's gonna be way easier to just actually pluck tiles from the game. Oh, here we go. Okay, what am I doing? Just started playing the game. 113. And okay, so I gotta start on the board. If it's the robot has to be always player 1. Otherwise, the coordinates will be all wrong. So we can do like, oh, this is player. Oh, this is player 2. No wonder the board was inverted. Okay, 0. We'll just say 0, 2, 0. Would you say the first move is 2, 0? I'll just write comments. 2, 0. And then depends what piece it is. But we decide what the piece is because we pass in a card. So if we do an L, the next spot could be 3, 3, and it could be an H, like something like this. And then well, I should have simulated what I have here because then it just got confusing. I'm going to restart the game. So we start with L on 3, 0. I think that was the first move I wrote down. Oh, I said 2, 0. Well, change it to 3, 0. And then other person puts down a move. Doesn't matter. Maybe it does. But I put down an H on 3, 3. And then this can go maybe here on 0, 0. Another L on 0, 0. Maybe I should have mapped out both players. Yeah, I guess the AI would need to I would need 2 different AIs for each player. So maybe this is player 1. And then player 2 needs its own moves. Okay. So like player 2 played an H on 3, 13. 3, 13. And then the cross T on 310. 310 T. Then L on 614. And then I play a Z on 04. Player 1 does 04 Z. And then I do H on 3, 8. And this is player 2. Okay. Player 1 goes here. 3-5 makes a Z. And then so there's a H on 3-8, and I didn't write that down. So let me do that. I think they're aligned still. Yeah, okay. Pretty aligned. And then 112 is an I or an L. One 12. Or just straight line. Okay. Wait, scratch that. 5-2. And then oh wait, I did do. I'm confusing myself. Okay, 112. Yeah, okay. So 0. 0, 12. Wait. Yeah. This is player 2. Okay. Zero 12. Player 2. Was a I. What's up, Fanberg? Weeks of work all for a game crash. I opened the project with my editor, made a quick edit, and the game crashed. Well, I mean, yeah, yeah, but like, games always crash. Like, modern games crash all the time. Like, actual AAA games crashing all the time. I think I don't, shouldn't be worrying too much if it crashes. You can fix it. I hope. And then another straight line. So this is a straight line on 5-2. And that is player. Straight line on 5-2 is player. Where does it give me my player? Right here. That was player 2. And that's supposed to be. Oh wait. I'm thinking of player. No, this is player 1. Let me open. It gets confusing with 2 editors. Okay, player 1 should have been line on 5-2. Player 1, 5-2, line. And then I'm about to make another move. So Player 1 does a move on 6 and it goes off the screen. So wait. 6-2? Oh yeah, okay. 6-2, another line. And I think that's like, wait, why can't I type? Oh my gosh, I pressed something funky on my keyboard. Oopsies. Dude, do you see that? There's like a yellow highlight around my monitor. Okay. Six two 62L. 62L. There we go. All right. It's getting kind of late. Almost 1 a.m. here. I think I made enough moves for the AI to do. I had to simulate a real game so that I wouldn't like go into a weird state for the AI. Maybe it's data. I am not. Oh, I didn't get to your messages. The weird part is after saving and reloading it into my editor, the data is not corrupt. So it seems whatever makes the game crash is ignored by my editor. Huh. So you're saying like when you reload your editor, you have like validation that didn't tell that got that's passed or something to make sure it doesn't crash, but it still crashed. Yeah. Well, I mean, like, I actually like, crashes are nice actually because if the program crashes, you usually have a stack trace. But in my case, it's like there's no crash. The program is just now running, doing the right thing. Then there's no stack trace. And that's what my game is doing right now. It's like it's not ending the game when it should end. And so I have to write code to simulate to repro. I'm writing robots to like simulate getting to the end of the game so I could debug this thing. But the bug just happens to be at the end part of the game, so it's just extra hard. You don't have a stack trace? I'm not developing the game, so I don't have a stack trace for it. Oh, that sucks. Never mind. Yeah, then it's kind of hard. Oh, right, right. The game. That's right. The game. The game itself is the game. Yeah, you got to just print out whatever the game errors the game is giving, I guess, to the console. You got to figure out what those are saying. What would this look like? I guess it would be like you know what? I could write functions for this. Yeah, I'm gonna have to write functions for this. Public static tile, move one tile, and it's a function. Return new tile. Am I not allowed to make a new tile? Oh, it's a mono behavior. Oh, that's right. Okay. Snatch tile at 3-0 from the board. All right. Throw not yet implemented exception. So all I have right now is, yeah, I know I will figure it out, but it's still sad. I don't want to spend more time. Just wanted it to work so I can start game balancing. True. True. I feel ya. But once I finish this work, it'll be a lot easier to like add new like game mechanics into the game. So in my case, not too sad about it. I made some additional features so I can't use any of the existing editors. I see. The features are screwing you? Yeah, I don't know. It sounds like developing for like Minecraft feat. You're making like Minecraft editors. I wonder what that's like. Let me ask ChatGPT about it. What are Minecraft editors? Program? I see. They're like tools. Write me an example of a simple tool. Is this what you're all doing? You're like reading the level.dat file or some DAT file? What the heck is a DAT file? It's a binary data file. Name binary tag. It's very sad. Those features screwing me over. This isn't Minecraft. My Minecraft modding project was smooth sailing. Oh, really? That's cool. That's good. Yeah, I'm gonna play a card. Let's see. I also have to think about what happens after I play a card. To do. Think about what happens after I play a card. Yeah, actually, after I play a card, it's gonna be like serve client receives incoming. But like after I play a card doesn't matter because So yeah, this doesn't matter, but I need think about what happens when the AI finishes its last move. Actually, that's also fine because okay, making an AI might be a lot easier than I thought, which is kind of crazy. Because like it just plays a move, it waits for the server, the other client makes a move with the AI, and then the client handles the rest of it. Okay, well that's good. I'm gonna do that probably tomorrow. Oh, so for the Pokemon White 2 ROM hacking editor, I quit the project for a long time, then returned. Worst part about returning is my memory failing me. I had to relearn stuff. Yeah, I mean, like, after you write some code, you probably have to, like, remember how you write it after, like, I don't know. How long does it take me to forget code? Maybe it takes me, like, depends how complicated the code is, but if code is simple, I don't really have to, like, even relearn anything. But if the code is complicated, I could forget it, like, in a day. It takes longer to forget your own code. Yeah, I mean, if you write your code in a way that you haven't seen it code written that way before, then you gotta relearn what you wrote. That's why I try to keep my code. I don't know, like I guess learn how to write code nicely right away. But the Pokemon code, I'm still struggling after a month of relearning. I mean, like, I feel like this project got so big that I'm currently writing. It's like, it's like, there's like a good majority, there's a good portion of this code I have no idea about anymore. And I'll never know any of it anymore. And if I like go to learn it, then I would have forgotten other parts of the code base already. As I'm it's like a queue. La- Last in, first out or something. First in, for last out, first out. Yep. Okay. I'm gonna wrap up the stream here. I am done. Uh yeah, I'm done with this. With the code for now. I gotta take a break. We'll pick up the coding maybe some other time. No way, dude. Game dev god. Dude, I don't know. I'm struggling to write an AI for the game a little bit. But yeah, I don't know what I'm saying with that, but I am struggling. Having so many brain freezes. I'm like struggling with making a simple AI. Well, maybe making an AI is hard in general. So I think everybody struggles with it. All right, I'll see you guys later.